everybody from grandma down to young son, young daughter has tattoos. So,
Oh yeah.
so,
Oh yeah, like the 19-year-old Starbucks barista is blasted with
yeah,
ink now. Like it's
yeah,
like full
exactly.
sleeves. You're like,
I
oh
know. Yeah, yeah, even face tattoos, which I'll never do.
yeah, that is the one
Yeah,
that I would do hands, but
yeah,
face is just a little bit too much. I don't know.
yeah,
I
it
For
is.
some reason, for me
Yeah,
personally, I've got buddies that have face tattoos, and
right.
I always think like, yo, it looks really cool. It looks
Mm,
really good, but for some reason, it's something that I feel like I would want to erase it eventually.
yeah,
Personally, there's
yeah,
just I don't know why. It's just
yeah. No,
maybe I don't have the
I,
face for it.
eh, it's, I don't know. It's preference, I guess,
Yeah.
choice. You read anything good lately?
Dude, you know what? I just finished this book and it's called Other Minds.
Oh yeah.
It's about octopus. Did I tell you about this the last time that we were talking?
No.
Okay,
No.
so dude, you're actually gonna love this.
Right.
I'll go off on this, dude. I had to run and tell Teddy
Hmm.
while she was in the bathroom. I ran in. I'm like, yo, I have to tell you something because this book gave me like this crazy mind blasting kind of experience. So I'm
Hmm.
reading this book and I don't have it. It's in the other room. I just put it in this. I just built a new bookshelf actually.
Oh, good for you. Right on.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah, you can
building
see
a.
mine there in the background.
Oh yeah, I love it, man.
It's
That's kind of what I'm going for. I'm gonna build a bookshelf across the whole wall behind
yeah.
where that couch is.
Well,
And
Kelvin, he introduced me to a book that you recommended,
oh yeah,
and I bought it that day, and I've finished it. I read it
which one?
a couple days. Upward Spiral,
Oh, dude,
very
that
good
book
book.
is
Yeah,
fire.
yeah, it resonates with my book, which I
Yeah,
thought was pretty interesting. But I'm reading a bunch of material right now. Jacob Boehm that I talked to you about in the past.
hmm
Reading his final book on the Mysterium Magnum. It's the two volumes, volume one and two. The whole of the two books are on the book of Genesis in the Bible.
hmm.
And what he does is with each chapter, he's got the chapter in Genesis, and then I'll go to my King James, I'll read that whole chapter, and
hmm.
then I'll go back to him, and then I'll read what he translates with this with these
Dude,
verses and stuff. It's just phenomenal stuff.
does he have you gotten to the is the Tower of Babel? Have you gone to that section?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I have a question for you, and I
Hmm.
need to go on a slight rant first. So this
Okay.
book, assuming assuming I'm 100% recalling this book, and the book has 100% fact in it.
Is this
This
the book
is
you mentioned in the
yeah,
beginning? Oh,
yeah,
great.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
called Other Minds, and it's
All right.
talking about consciousness, but it's a book that is heavily like the cover is an octopus, and a lot of the research is about octopuses. The photographs are octopus. Anyway, octopi, I guess. But
Right. Yeah.
okay, so I'm gonna try and preface this the best I can in as little words as possible. But basically, octopi, they have like neurons in their freaking arms, in each
Hmm.
of their arms.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like mini brains. And they don't have like full mechanical control of it all the time. In the same way that like I guess a crude comparison would be like the same control that we have over our breathing or blinking. Like you can like kind of
Right.
control it, but
Mm.
eventually there is just kind of an instinct that takes over and it's just motions that your body does. And so that's kind of the same thing. Like they're just always going, right?
Right.
Also, they have these weird and this is most cephalopods, I think, even like cuttlefish and stuff, they have like this mirror like part of their skin, like the epidermis, the dermis, etc. They have like a layer in theirs which has these like kind of pigment muscles where
Mm,
through contracting and relaxing the muscles, they can
right.
change the color of their skin. And you see that with like octopus and cuttlefish. And they do all these different colors and displays. Like there's like moving cloud effects that they can like, it looks like clouds passing over their body type of thing.
Right.
Like super complex and super like crazy color patterns. And
Mm,
there's like a lot of communication through their color as well. Right.
right.
And so like different colors could mean different things. And it's not uniform. It's almost like kind of regional, like dialect.
Right.
And so like yellow could mean aggression, it could mean fear, it could be like a,
Mm,
different response. But the crazy part is, dude, so like in the human eye, there's three different types of, color receptors, rods and cones or whatever, right?
yeah.
That's why there's three different types of color blinds. Because if you don't have one of those receptors present, then you can't see that like part of the color.
True color. Yeah.
So octopi or cephalopods, they only have one type. And so technically they're colorblind, right?
Right.
You know how you hear that about
Mm,
like dogs or whatever? I don't know if dogs are like that or they have two different types or whatever, but they don't have the full. Anyways,
mm,
it begs the question, how are they able to produce these colors and communicate with them? How would they know them if they can't even see them?
yeah.
Right? And then the reason I bring up the
Yeah.
Tower of Babel is because I don't know if you've heard, the story of like, when, and I'm just kind of going off on a rant, but you asked me about books, and this book
Mm,
blew my mind because of this. Because I don't know if you heard, like, like you've heard that like trope that there was like that point in time where human brain size doubled. And then sometimes they say it's related to like cooked meat, like the invention of fire. Sometimes they say like, oh, that's when man developed language, and then they were able to, um, communicate and then, make society better. But I almost get this feeling because this other part of this book talks about the way that language shapes our consciousness and talks about how the word comes first.
mm,
And so like the comparison of, if I give like two, if I tell you like, okay, I have a pen in one of my hands and it's not this one, then you could deduce it's either A or B. And
mhm,
if it's not an A, then it's in B.
right.
We don't, we can't actually make that comparison until, as humans, until we learn the word or in our vocabulary. So that's why
Yeah.
babies can't do that until they learn that word. That's like one of the studies that it talks about.
Mm,
And so
yeah.
then I think, yo, what if it was language that helped double the size of our brain and
Food is
not the other
another.
way around?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I could see that. Yeah.
Because then you can start to have these mental maps of like, oh, this is logical reasoning because you can mentally talk yourself through it.
Hmm. It's similar to like the jawline of some people around the globe. For example, meat eaters out here in North America, a lot of us will have wider jaws, stronger
Mm.
teeth, etc. And you go to England, and because I have English friends, and they have small jawline, and because of the food they ate growing up, so their jaws and didn't grow like as much as it does where meat eaters, gain a lot of protein and a little bit more mass than eating vegetables and soup and
Well, and just meat's just harder to chew than like
yeah,
broccoli. Like
yeah,
broccoli or carrots would be the hardest vegetables, I guess.
yeah,
And like chewing through a steak, it takes a lot longer than chewing up a carrot.
yeah. I wonder, well, the brain itself, I don't know if it would actually grow, but I think the brain itself would evolve through language for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, over time, the brain
That's
has
that's not like a part of it that from the book. That's my
right,
deduction
right.
of just like this crazy. And then that just kind of relates to the Tower of Babel because of the the ending
Yeah,
when he like when God says like, oh, I'm gonna separate all you people and separate you by language as well so you can't
right.
communicate and etc. So
Yeah.
then it seems like that actually has a lot more significance because that like communication seems to be the one thing that we all struggle with. So this book just
Yeah,
kind of blew my mind. I can lend it to you or give it to you if you like. The next time I see you, I'll set it
yeah,
aside
sure.
because dude,
Well,
it
if
blew
it's a
my mind.
valuable book, I'd just end up ordering it,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
If it's,
I'll maybe I'll send you a link to it
yeah,
if you
send
want
me
to
a link
check
to
it
it.
out.
Yeah, probably order it today.
Oh, it's a wicked book. I just picked it
Yeah,
up at a bookstore actually.
right on.
I saw it and I was like, "Yo!" And then I happened to
Hmm,
be with Teddy's parents, and her mom bought it for me.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm currently reading a book on samadhi, and they're talking about consciousness and existence. And I found a part in there that put a smile on my face, where he explains that anything you want to accomplish, anything you want to attain or attract, it's not in the future. It's always here. And I
Mm.
kind of mentioned that in my book, where if you want something, if you want a certain behavior change, or you want a healing for someone else, or you want to attract a physical item kind of thing, is to always see it in the present as if you already have it, because what you want already exists. So in this book, he's explaining that anything you want, you have to perceive it as you already have it, or it already exists. So all you have to do is tap into that vibration, and that's the only way to get this attraction, is to leave the present vibration you're in. The what if, the loss. Is this for me? Can I do it? All that's got to be gone, and you just got to believe that there is a process, and it's getting in that certain vibration in order to attract the behavior you want, and then start living it. Stay there. We slip and slide all the time, and so I found over many years now, I'm still learning it. Like just a couple of tips I got from that book is realizing that, yeah, there's a certain frequency in each thing you want to attain or attract. You got to get in that frequency, and that's just something that we got to figure out. You know,
Hmm.
don't see it as if it's going to come later. See it like it already exists. So reach out for it, and somehow you meet someone, or you'll get a call, or something will happen, and it'll just appear. And it's never when you think it's going to happen. You know, I don't know if you've noticed that in life, that you have a great desire for something, and that passion for that desire is like really strong. And all of a sudden, one day, you just forget about it. And that's the key as well, is just forget about it. Some say let go and let God. I just say just let it go, and it'll arrive one day. As soon as you start taking your thoughts off that and into other desires, then you got to kick that back in every once in a while, because if you don't, nothing will happen. You know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I love anything that has to do with thinking and cultivating energies, cultivating uh, new experiences. Constantly at work, and I'm up so early in the morning. I'm insanely passionate about learning. You know, I love knowledge. I love to continuously, even though I know a subject really well, if there's a new book on that subject, I want it. There might be something I'm missing. It might be one word, one sentence, one phrase. And sometimes, as I'm sure when you're reading, you lose focus sometimes,
Oh, I do
and,
every
and then
time.
and then you got to reread that paragraph again. So there's something in being present to everything you do. And I think the more present you are to whatever it is you're doing, a chore, reading, spending time with your wife, to be there 100%. And when I'm reading, I do the same thing. If I see thoughts appear in my mind, I'll just sweep it away, like a magical sweep in my mind, and say, just focus on what you're reading here. And it's the only way to absorb anything. But I find that is the best way to connect with the inner self, to be present with whatever it is you're doing, like what we're doing now.
Yeah.
It's really authentic, and there's so much that comes out of that being present. I read,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just your thoughts. What do you think?
Well, I just it is kind of like the thing that that's why I have a war on screen time right now. I'm on an
Yeah.
absolute tirade. I talk about it as much as I can because it is like the most evil thing. I think that
Yeah.
I just I saw a video a long time ago and it was from like a television show. It was like someone clipped it, but it was like a television show. And it was like this guy coming around trying to sell laundry machines in the Wild West. And the wives and the men are kind of like they're like, why should we buy your like laundry machine? And he's like, oh, but then because then you'll have like more time. And he's like, more time for what?
Yeah.
More time to do more like other chores. Like, you know what I mean? And then they were like,
Yeah.
dude, you could like go and catch a movie. You could go and do this. You could go and do that. And he's like, well, then I'm spending more money. So I'm going to spend more money so that I have more opportunity to spend more money.
Hmm.
And then he's like, then I'm going to have to pay my electrical bill. And it just kind of like, whether you agree with it or not, it just kind of made me think, we get these computers and smartphones and all these like tools, technology evolves and we're like, oh, now I don't have to like, hand crank a drill. I can just pull a trigger instead. And
Yeah.
so that technology is awesome. It saves us time. It makes the everything work better and more structural, you
Hmm.
know, and,
Yeah. Technology is amazing.
but the other side of it is there's people that spend like 6, 7 hours of their day. Like, if that's like, if you're assuming you're sleeping 8 hours, that's like 50% of your waking hours is looking
Yeah.
at your screen. So like in some way, that's actually just stealing your life force. Like,
Totally.
and I make a point of like when I'm hanging out with people like in person, when I'm just chatting with them, like I cannot talk to people anymore if they have their phone in their hand. Like it's
Yeah.
like, dude,
Yeah.
clearly you need to do
Oh,
to
there's
tend to
not.
this thing. So
Yeah.
like I'll talk to you when you're done. Let me know
You
because
see
I
it especially in the younger generation. They're, you're trying to explain something and they're looking at their phone. Yeah. And they're looking up at you. Yeah, I get it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I,
Stop.
I don't like that either. It's like pay attention.
Mhm.
You got to look right at them and grab their attention. I can't
People don't
stand.
even understand each other when they're looking at each other in their eyes.
I know.
So how are you? So you're gonna misinterpret everything. You're just
Yeah.
looking at a fucking screen. Nothing makes me. Sorry, I
No.
shouldn't cuss, but dude, nothing makes my blood boil more than that. That's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not just like a disrespectful thing.
It's
It is, but
it
it's
is.
not just that.
Mm.
It's also just like a. Can we just be human beings again?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. Go out and play. Communicate face to face.
Yeah.
This is one of the things that Jordan Peterson talked about too. Is the battle we constantly have within ourselves. One of these battles is screen time. Uh, I I sometimes I'll be on my phone in the morning and I'll realize within 5 minutes, what am I doing? Shut that thing off, get back into my book, and keep reading. But yeah, we're constantly having this battle. How does he term it? The struggle with God within us. We're always battling with addiction or habits that we want to break away from, create new paradigms, get rid of these old. That's the thing is we get caught up in these paradigms that has been going on for our entire life. And we have to recognize that people say, well, this is who I am. Is it? Uh, I, you know, we're here to evolve and grow. And for me, when I recognize that in myself, that I'm doing something that's habitual and it's taking my precious time when I could be doing something else. And like when I'm with my books, I'm with my books. When I'm with my wife, as I'm sure you are, you're with your girl. You're there 100%. You're not thinking about other things. You're not looking all over the place when you're talking to her. You're focused on her, right? At least
Sometimes, man,
that's, yeah.
that's the goal. That's the
Yeah,
goal,
that's the
man.
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're always struggling in here with, things we want to do and the struggle with life itself, bills. It's tough sometimes, but we need to just stay focused, stay on track, and
Oh yeah.
get things done.
I was just like kind of joking about that, how it's like it's I want to not sound like a bitch when I say this, and I hate that I have to preface it that way, but I
Mm,
was like driving home with Teddy last night. She had like her work Christmas party, right? And
right.
she's like talking about this person that kind of he's like a very like kind of almost like shy,
Right.
almost like kind of, but he doesn't seem like it because of the way he acts. He has like this kind of bravado.
It's just a
And
front.
well, yeah, and I said, well, like a lot of especially young men
Yeah.
like are like that. That's just like it's and I was trying to say like without saying like, oh, it's so hard. Being like it is kind of tough being a young guy. Like it's a
Yeah.
weird phase when you're just a young guy. Like here in your
Well,
young like
especially
early
these days.
20s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially these days with dating and whatnot. I
And
mean,
so I was just like saying, like, it is just like a weird time. It's a young, tough time where you're just kind of like figuring out who you are and how you are as a man and where you stand and where you'd like to
yeah,
be.
yeah,
A lot of guys, and myself included, like, you pretend to be something that you're not. That's how you adapt. You're like, well, I
yeah,
don't like where I'm at right now. The social hierarchy is like, the way that we think of what a high value man would be isn't
mm,
really like fully available to you yet. You haven't
yeah,
had the time to mature. You haven't had the time. So like you're kind of just like have to fake it. Like,
yeah,
you're like pretend you're
yeah,
successful before you're successful.
yeah.
So
I,
it's
I,
kind of
I
what
went,
you were saying.
yeah, I went through all that, and now I try and be as authentic as I can. Just be who you are, because that's true. Like, who are you really?
But it
Yes,
is kind of the first attempt of that. Like as
yeah,
you like kind of like just trying to navigate around. It is like a bastardization of what you were saying earlier, almost like of this like,
yeah,
you have to get yourself in the mindset of having something that you desire to have.
right,
And as a young man, you're like, well, I want to have a good career. I want to have this. I want to have a body. But you just
yeah.
literally haven't had the time to achieve those things yet. Those things take
No,
decades.
no, but
And you
even
will,
even even when they, think of those things, you have to be precise exactly like you want a career. What kind of career do you want?
yeah.
You know, you have to, like, for example, a career, um, one has to be in that environment, learn from the best, be around those kinds of people that are in that career, learn as much of it as you possibly can, and then put that in your head. This is what I want to do. This is me. This is my future is present now. I don't want to see myself in the future. I want to see myself presently now doing this career. And hell, if I had known what I know now when I was 18, my life would be completely different.
Isn't that the
Absolutely.
greatest? Yeah, isn't that the greatest
Yeah,
thing? I
yeah.
always
But
think
I
that
have no
too.
regrets, no
Yeah.
regrets. And it's true. Like, by the time you're 60, you're going to be amazed at, where your consciousness is going to be at that time. It's
Right.
completely different. Over decades, I've changed my mind on things so many times because I've learned that, oh, that was a false ideal back then.
Oh
Because now
yeah.
I see something greater and I see the light, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it comes with time. Humans, if they're kind-hearted and have purpose, if they have these things, they will evolve and they will see their own changes. Some people are just old in their ways. They refuse to change habits. This is who I am, kind of. I hate that term. This is who I am. geez, you could be so much greater if you just look within and see, you know, if you could just look at yourself on the outside and see how you communicate with people, how you behave in public, how you behave at home, how we're always different with people we meet. You're a certain way with your wife, you're a certain way with your parents, you're a certain way with
Hmm.
friends.
Your
Eventually,
siblings too.
your
Yeah, you,
siblings
yeah,
too, yeah. So eventually, like as you get older, you tend to hone down a bit of who you are more and more, so
right.
that you become who you are with all the people you're around. For me, I was many people growing up.
Hmm.
I emulated certain people that I admired, and geez, I want to be like that. I want to be like him, or I wish I was him. And no, you can't do that. You have to find your own way, be independent, and be creative. And people will love you for who you are because you're authentic. So as time passes, I'm pretty much the same with my friends as I am with my wife, with my parents. It took a while for my dad. He's passed away now, but with him, I had to behave a certain way. And my last visit or two with him, I was just myself. And he liked that guy. He literally told me, I like who you are. Says, great.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've figured out that, yeah, it's best to be your authentic self who's constantly evolving and growing than be someone else. Instead, people need to stop trying to be someone else because everyone else is already taken. you know be yourself. No one's you, no one is like you, no one
Yeah.
thinks like you. There are similarities, but you are a powerful individual as your own. And cultivation of the mind and the heart, man, there's no greater feeling than recognizing your own feelings, your own thoughts, the effects you have with people, the goodness that comes from all that. It's just, I love seeing people get something, and, you know, right on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
100%,
it's
man.
a special feeling. So, and the book's doing pretty good, actually. I've realized that just in this past year, since April, when the book, or March, when the book was released, I've probably gone over close to 150 books.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, so it's going.
Congratulations,
Thank
dude.
you.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much. Yeah, your mind of your life is it's like I said, I wrote it for posterity. 100 years from now, it still be current. 200 years from now, still be current. I read Meister Eckhart's material, it's still current, and he lived in the 1200s.
Yeah.
It's amazing, like books that can bring you to tear, books that you have to actually put down because what you just read is so profound.
Hmm.
I live for that. That's why I love books so much.
Yeah, yeah.
And of
Yeah.
course, if it's testable, then I test these theories and confirm that, yeah, this is real.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing is when I read something and I have to go and tell somebody about it. I'm like, yo, I
Yeah.
have to get this out
Yeah.
there. I have to tell people about
Yeah.
this.
And if it's the same people, it becomes annoying after a while. It's
Oh,
like,
I
gosh,
know.
here,
Trust me.
yeah.
You ask Teddy, that's exactly what it's like. I'll just bust into the room. She's like just chilling out. What? And I'm like, I need to tell you something.
Yeah, I do that too. Yeah,
This is
that's funny.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I always love that, man. I Yeah, dude, I'm building that. I'm kind of building like a little library shelf wall, so pretty stoked on that actually. I'm my goal is to just be able to fill it, like absolutely
yeah,
fill it. I've only got a
yeah,
couple sections of it right now. I think
yeah.
it's like probably 8 feet by 4 feet,
Nice.
and we've like filled it up quite a bit. I want to be able to put plants in there too,
Yeah,
little things like pictures and plants in some of the
true.
sections, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be pretty sweet. I'm pretty stoked for it.
My
You
son Nico is doing the same thing. He's got his is about 8 by 8, somewhere his shelving. So he's storing my whole library is his down the road, of course. But It's yeah, it's there's nothing better than having books on your shelf in your house. I'm sure you go to people's houses and you don't see many books, do you?
Yeah, it's a hit and miss actually. It
Yeah.
depends because I like as a home renovator, I'm always in people's houses.
Yeah, same here as painter, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's I was actually surprised. I recently went to one of my like our it's one of our customers that we've like helped out for like probably 15 years, I think.
Right.
Like before I even worked for my dad, he
Mm,
was already like helping her out. And she's had a couple properties now, and so we do like odd jobs for them every now and then. And she's like, "Oh, I want you to go by my daughter's place." So her daughter's like young.
right.
She's in her 20s, and I get to her place, and I literally like one of the things they asked me to do was just like odd jobs, like hanging shelving for them and stuff.
Mm,
And she's got like stacks and stacks of books. And
nice.
that was like one of the first things that we talked about when I got there and was like doing the shelves because I saw a couple books that I have read and I was like, oh, that's right up my alley. Like
Yeah.
always, like I know you're not a big novel guy, but I'm super into dystopian novels.
Oh yeah.
I really
Cool.
do love them
Cool.
and anything like that. I don't know if you like watch movies or if you have but
Yeah.
I'd rather just read dystopian novels than watch movies half the time. I love
What is a
those.
dystopian novel?
Like 1984, like George
Oh, okay.
Orwell,
George Orwell. Yeah.
Aldous Huxley.
Yeah, I've read
Uh
his those books as
yeah,
well. Yeah.
there's another book there's like Evgeny Zamyatin is the guy that wrote the book We. It's called like We, W-E, and
Right.
it's like a precursor to 1984, written by this Russian dude during the
Mm,
revolution, which is like they know about dystopian life, man.
yeah.
It's like you know, I like those types of books. I feel like a lot of the time, the same way that the Bible uses stories to teach us lessons, I think that
Right.
there's like some people like Orwell, whether he, was like a government agent and just leaking these secrets to us, or
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
just this like crazy oracle and he just like kind of was understanding the times and where things might go. I don't know how, but
Mm,
his book seems to point, or a lot of his books seem to point to a lot of things that happen, like you said, like timeless kind of struggles between
mm,
man and his government, or man and the land, or the world around him, or his fellow man, or
mm.
there's just kind of stories out there that are
Yeah.
fictional, but
Yeah.
they bleed into real life in a way. They kind you
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, I've seen this before. I've seen this
Yeah,
pattern in
and
behavior.
you're familiar with the story of Cain and Abel,
Oh yeah,
Ishmael and Isaac,
Isaac. Yes,
Esau
yeah,
and Jacob.
yeah.
Well, I've been going through a lot of these stories, and it's like Jesus and Lucifer, same thing. It's
Hmm.
the opposites, right? The good brother, the bad brother kind of thing.
Right.
And I see these stories are more psychological, the battle, as I was talking about earlier, that we have within ourselves.
Hmm.
Like you mentioned last time we got together, the devil on one shoulder,
Oh yeah.
the God on the other,
Oh yeah.
the
The
good
little
angel, the
angel.
bad angel.
Yeah.
So this is the struggle that we have daily, all of us. And like the story of Jacob and Esau, if we could, like the Lucifer and Jesus, or whatever terms you want to use, they're within us. Who do we
Hmm.
draw from? Where do we pull from?
Hmm.
And if we could just pay attention to our thoughts and the energy we create from our thoughts, because energy can't be destroyed, can't be created. It's always there. It's always, energy is energy. And that energy is always moving. So it's in a motion of some kind. And what we what comes from us to another, what are we pulling from? The anger, or are we pulling from the kindness part of our souls? But people don't quite understand that, because a lot of people are under their own spells, through their addictions, through their
Hmm.
habits and the paradigms they grew up with. And The only way to change a paradigm, which is a habit that's been carried through your whole life, is to change that paradigm. Stop that old habit, create a new, productive, positive habit, and always try as much as possible to pull from the good side, the Jacob side, the Isaac side, the Jesus side, and that's the struggle that I embrace more now than ever. I used to look at stress as a real problem, something bad that's happening in our life. These things happen all the time, whether the government kind of gets in your face or people in general. Road rage, for example.
Hmm.
A lot of people will engage in road rage. If one just doesn't even bother, let the other guy or the other person do their freak out and let them be angry and just smile back. They hate that.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah,
I'll
dude.
try. And I was bad in the past with engaging with road rage. Growing up, martial artists, who the fuck you think you were kind of attitude.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's, childish behavior, of course. But
Yeah, very juvenile
yeah,
male.
yeah.
Yeah,
So this
for
is these
sure.
these are the struggles among many others that we go through daily. And I embrace that because I look at pain and struggle now as just a lesson that I I think about it and could I have avoided this? Sometimes you can and sometimes you just can't.
Hmm.
It happens. It just gets in your way. So and it that's the biggest struggle is to approach it calmly and this is what my wife says to me as well is just relax. I says, relax. Do you ever tell a woman to calm down?
Oh, good
That's
luck,
just
man.
can't do that, right?
Good luck.
So they need to understand that they can't do that with us either. Calm down. It just irritates you even more. So I try hard, like I work at it very hard to not be triggered. Um, it's near impossible because certain things, it depends on your mood, how you're feeling that day, and triggers can happen. But
Oh
the
yeah.
more the more we jump out of it and heal ourselves or fix the problem, the better the results are, you know?
Oh yeah, dude. I used to have to like actually meditate on that specific thing because
Yeah.
road rage was a thing. Like I would yell at people.
Me
I would
too.
do questionable behaviors
Oh
that I
yeah.
wouldn't be willing to admit.
Yeah,
But
sure.
but I literally had to like meditate on that of like
Yeah.
you're gonna be pissed off today. Everyone on the road is an idiot. Like that's what I had to tell myself.
Right.
And it would literally just be like just breathe, keep breathing,
Hmm.
and that's it. Like there's nothing you can do. You can't control other people.
No.
All you can do is control how you react. So like are you going to choose to just get mad every single day,
Yeah.
every single morning and every afternoon driving to and from work? Do you want to be mad or
Yeah,
do you
you
want to be happy?
gotta stay happy.
Because you're going to have to drive
Yeah.
for work
Yeah.
and you're going to encounter road rage.
Yeah.
So like you have to just choose like do you want to be a happy guy or an angry guy?
So that's right.
And I don't like being angry, man.
No. I just
It's
let
not
them
fun.
I just let them cut me off now. Even
There
2 hours in my car yesterday.
there is times where it is fun to be angry.
Yeah.
Like there
Sometimes
where
it's
you just
justified.
want to do it and you're like,
Sometimes it's
"Yo,
justified.
yeah, yeah." And you just like want it. You're like,
Mm.
"Oh, I actually like I'm looking for like an
Yeah.
outlet right now."
You're conscious
And
of it.
and but like just choosing to be angry all the time is a little much, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Again, it is a choice. You said the magic word right there. It is a choice. And we got to respond to things differently for sure. Um, in my car, it takes me 10 minutes, as I said, from the exit to my house. It took me 2 hours last night because
Oh
of the
yeah, dude. What's
flooding and
going on?
traffic.
So
So
what's
all I do is I just listen to a podcast.
yeah, yeah.
and that just distracts my mind, and that I'm not bothered by the traffic whatsoever.
That's sweet. What's going on over there right now? Because I heard in
A
some
lot of
places it
flooding.
was mudslides because of a
Yeah,
like Ryder Lake or something
yeah.
like that.
Mudslides on Highway 1 from Agassiz to Hope. You can't go that way, so everybody's coming through Agassiz, and they're coming through Rosedale, Agassiz, every route, even the back roads were clogged. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, can't wait till they have flying cars.
No shit. And dude, that's the craziest thing
Oh,
too,
it's
dude.
nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's
It's and
rarely ever like this, but yeah.
yeah, it's bananas, man.
It was
Everyone
okay out in
always
Richmond.
Oh yeah, everyone always
Fine.
makes that joke about Richmond where I live, dude, that we're
Yeah.
gonna be underwater, and here we are, dude. It's all the like
Oh
cranberry
yeah.
farms are keeping us
Yeah. The
safe.
oceans are rising. Bullshit.
Yeah, yeah,
Right. It's like Florida.
yeah,
20 years ago, they said Florida wouldn't exist.
yeah.
15 years later, here we are, 20, 25 years later. Florida's still there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
It's
Well,
like,
I'm a conspiracy theorist, so a
yeah.
lot of the environmental stuff, I go off on it, dude. That is the biggest way that we get fleeced of money, dude. Every
Yeah.
single fucking time, man.
Yeah.
It's insane, dude. I
Mm,
hate that shit. It's
me
so
too.
insane.
Me
I
too.
was yeah, man. That stuff drives me up the wall.
Yeah.
I could go off for hours about that. I try
Uh,
not to because it just makes me so angry. And again, I gotta choose not to be angry because those things
yeah.
really genuinely piss me off like a lot,
Well,
dude. But
mainstream media, right? Somebody
oh
tells a
yeah.
lie, and next thing you know, everyone listening to it, nearly all of them
They
believe what's
go
being said. It's
they
like,
go, how can we seize power and steal money over this lie now?
yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
That's it.
exactly, exactly.
100%. But
Everything can be verified. So,
when you're listening to podcasts in your car, what kinds of things do you listen to?
well, yesterday, my son Nico, he's like me as far as absorbing knowledge, and his brain is a little, fresher than mine, of course, and he retains stuff really good. So yesterday, I was listening to a couple uh, Carl Jung podcasts by I think it's called. I forget now. I'm gonna have to download the app, but they were
Hmm.
talking about Kabbalah, which is one of the podcasts talking about Kabbalah, just basics. This dude was talking, and he started the conversation with where he started his studies and journeys around the same age as me. It sounded like a similar path
Hmm.
because I've studied, all the things he mentioned. I've studied all those arts, all those works, the Tarot, astrology, Kabbalah. Kabbalah is an actual practice you can use in your life daily. It's a pretty deep system, but symbolically, there's so much to it. And and then they were just talking about behaviors on another podcast and how, the psyche is involved and how we attract things. And but yeah, sometimes I'll listen to Joe Rogan because he has a lot of good guests on there. I love the scientists and the doctors that get on, and especially the ancient civilizations. Those guys there, I love studying that as well, ancient civilizations. We're going to Göbekli Tepe, probably not next year, but the year after, my wife and I.
Whoa, crazy.
Yeah, we're going to do a trip for about a month to 6 weeks.
You're like a Graham Hancock guy?
Yeah, I love Grant Hancock. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. He's been shunned by certain traditionalists that refuse to change their minds
Oh yeah. No,
because
I
they wrote
know.
because they wrote those books, right?
I'm Team Graham, dude, for
Yeah, me too.
sure.
Me too, 100%.
He's the man.
Yeah.
And I
So,
like that he's willing to admit when he's wrong. Like
oh yeah,
in like the fingerprints
yeah.
of the gods, like the very beginning, I think the preface of the book is like the
Hmm.
new edition at least is
Yeah.
like these are the chapters that I got things wrong. Enjoy the book.
Yeah, I love that.
That's
Yeah, the
so sick.
magicians of the gods as well. Yeah,
I
no,
haven't read that one.
it's a good one as well. All his books are good. But when he describes things, like he'll describe things in metric, and then he'll go, just fill in the words and fill up a book. He'll go and describe it in the standard system as well. It's like, no, we get it, but that's the one thing that I was picking at with him is he's just adding more uh, words into his book when it's unnecessary. But he's fantastic. I would love to meet him one day. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
his what's it called? The Ancient Apocalypse. That's a great series
Yeah,
on
yeah. I haven't
Netflix.
watched the second season actually. I only watched the first episode, but then I got distracted by
Oh,
another show. But
yeah, it's very good.
I gotta watch it again. Yeah. I watched the first season like the week it came out.
Hmm.
And yeah, I really gotta get into that stuff again. Cause dude, I think that a lot of those I don't know. I think a lot of those things all point to the same thing for me, which
Hmm.
is most of the things that we know about this world are a lie,
Hmm.
and all you can control is all you can control. That's what it always
Yeah,
comes down to me.
yeah. It's like the Bible, for example, because of the books I'm reading, they keep leading me back to, reading some of the scripture and some of these stories. And I understand the stories to be allegorical, but it's always the same characters from beginning of time. And I'm looking at, well, what about all the other tribes? What about the ancient East Indian gods
Mhm.
and their philosophies and so on, and all the other cultures around the world have their stories as well. So it seems like some of these theologians believe that the Bible itself and all these stories, that's the beginning of time. Here's the book of Revelations, which they think will be the end of times. There'll never be an end of times. There'll be another catastrophe or something like that. But even the book of Revelations, it's a psychological trip. It's not something that's actually going to happen. People
Mhm.
don't understand that. But
It's
I,
cyclical. Everything
yeah,
in this
exactly,
universe is
exactly.
cyclical. That's the way
So,
I
so
look
I
at
look
it.
at all the other cultures and say, that's why I study so many different cultures because I want to understand uh, the psyche and why there are so many stories, you know?
Yeah, and even like I mean, if you look at the Bible chronologically, for
Hmm.
example, like it's not to say like the cycle is the entire Bible. It's
Right.
that each part of the Bible describes a different part of the cycle, and the cycle doesn't have to be linear. That's
No,
not how time actually works.
no, exactly.
Like, so like it's actually all things all the time. These are
Hmm.
like that's exactly what allegories are, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like a it is an allegory of something.
Hmm.
Like that's
Yeah.
what the word means is like
Yeah.
it's yeah, it displays or describes the relationship of things between people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, any like time people have like a bone to pick with the Bible or Christianity in general, I always say like you're not mad at the Bible, you're not mad at God, you're mad at man using the name of God to do bad things.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that's the thing is and people will say things like, "Oh, but the Bible condones slavery." And you're like, "Condone slavery?" It's like telling people to treat each other well,
Yeah.
regardless if you take like what we consider to be, first off, the idea of like slaves in the Bible, like biblical slaves, I'm sure they didn't have great work conditions. But when they're
Of
talking
course.
about biblical slaves, the actual term is talking about like people that work and then they give a portion of their money back to the government. And
Hmm.
you're like, dude, that literally defines, like, if you look at what we pay taxes for today in Canada, like, it's
We're all
probably,
slaves, if you
yeah,
look at it, right? We're all
we're,
slaves today.
yeah, that's exactly the point
Yeah.
I'm trying to make.
And if
And
you
it's
think you
like,
own your home, don't pay the taxes. See who owns your home.
yeah, exactly. No, 100%.
Yeah.
That is 100% right,
Yeah.
man. And, um, and so this idea, like, it's like condoning it. It's like, no, no, no. First off, I don't even know if you want to talk about that whole idea of like, oh, slavery, whatever, but it's like it's describing how the relationship should work, not condoning the relationship.
No,
It's
no.
acknowledging that the relationship exists. It's
Hmm.
something that happens,
Yeah.
and it happens all over the world today, right
That's
now.
right. That's right. A person has a
And so
job and can
it's not
provide.
condoning it. It's saying these
Hmm.
are relationships that will exist.
Yeah.
And if they do exist,
And they have,
this is how they should behave.
yeah.
You know,
I,
that's the
yeah.
little things like that where people pick a, oh, but it's condoning. It's like, no, it's not, dude.
No.
It's interfacing with reality.
You want to eat today? Well,
Yeah.
this work has to get done.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Yeah, of course. I'll do this work. I'll do it to the best of my ability. And I look forward to that meal at the end of the day. You know, I don't look at that as slavery. I see it as a trade. You
Yeah.
know, it's just a work trade. And, people look at things funny sometimes, you know.
It is funny how we to as a metaphor here, like throw the baby out with the bathwater. It is funny how we'll find, and I always think that too, and it is the same thing with like other books as well. And you kind of touched on this earlier. I always think in my head, if I read one sentence in a book that makes me like changes my brain about something, my
Oh,
thoughts
yeah.
about something, my perspective about something,
Yeah.
that feels like, yeah, I could go through 200 pages if one page was fire. You know,
Hmm.
like if it's
Yeah.
like I have to sit through a 2 hour podcast to hear one thing that
Mm.
helps me out in life,
Yeah.
that's your mining at that
That's right.
point. That's
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Exactly.
And to say like, oh, this book sucks. I have nothing to learn from this book. I have nothing to learn from this section of society. What does that say about you, man?
Yeah. The problem is you, not the book,
Like, yeah,
right?
100%.
Yeah. No, it's knowledge is good. Knowledge gives you power. And as I said, it's like you're saying too, you're always learning and you might have a belief about a certain idea. And then down the road, something you read something else that shows you, oh shit, no, we got to go beyond this idea because I understand this differently now than I did before. Sometimes it could take years for those windows, those doors to open within your mind to accept this knowledge. I've read books three, four, I've read one book 9 times. And every time I read it, I go, how the hell did I miss that last time? And it's simple. We lose focus as we read. But, the saying, when the student is ready, the master will show up.
Hmm.
And it doesn't mean a physical master. It means the master is your higher self. It's your higher being within. You know, all this stuff, everything is within. Our perception is whatever it is we think it is. But in reality, my perception of the outside world might be different than the person standing next to me. Like looking at an elephant. 10 people describe that elephant. They're all going to have a different description, right? So who's speaking the truth? Truth is in within your own heart, how you see truth. But yeah, there's never an end to learning for sure. Let me show you something.
Yeah.
I bought myself a wireless pro lapel microphones.
Sick.
Yeah, I don't know how it works yet. I was gonna try and use it today, but I figured that and it's really nice. They come in this nice little package, two little boxes like this it's got the receiver inside and two lapel microphones.
Oh, sweet.
So I don't know how they're used just yet. I've got to do a bit of research. My son recommended it, and I was looking for different lapels microphones so I could do my own podcast
Oh
sometime.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, in the near future. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
need a podcast, man. It
yeah,
is
I
such
think
a good thing.
I think
Honestly,
so.
if anything, or if nothing else, it is such a nice verbal journal
Right.
if you just run an episodes by yourself.
Yeah.
Because talking about like this whole like looking back at your past thoughts or ideas,
Mm,
dude, I just saw like a notification. Like I've been doing this now, I think since 2019.
right.
And so like I'll go back and see like, social media will be like, hey, you posted this 6 years ago or 4 years ago or whatever.
Mm.
Dude, I hear things from like 2 years ago that I'm like, yo, did I really fucking think that? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I think differently now.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
think that probably every 2 years. I'm like,
Yeah.
what an idiot.
Well, it
What an
just
idiot.
shows that you're evolving, you know?
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe I'm
Totally.
just always an idiot because I'm always looking back going, what an idiot.
Well, it's okay to be humble,
Yeah.
you know? We have to realize that we are flawed.
Yeah.
You know? We say things all the time that, and once it's recorded, you can't take it back except do another episode and explain. Like I screwed up on that particular podcast. I said these things, but I've learned that they're untrue, and this is what I really meant.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And the other funny thing too is I'm sure nobody would like, the funny thing is like if someone were to listen to that, they'd just be like, it could be like a 3-year-old episode and they'll listen to it and they'll be like, wow, that's what he thinks.
Yeah,
You're like,
and
well,
they
that's,
judge you for it.
yeah, well, or maybe they think it's cool or whatever. Like, but it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, that's what I thought that day
right.
at that moment.
Yeah,
Because that's just really what it is. Like, it's
yeah,
just a snapshot of what I'm thinking at the time.
right.
So it could be
Yeah.
different. It could be the same. It could be more extreme. It could be less extreme. It could
Well,
be.
you're putting out a lot of good content, you know.
Thanks, man. I try.
My wife has noticed as well. She says he's a good guy. He's putting out some good material, and I said, I know. I keep an eye on him. I don't look, you know, I don't spend much time on screen time, but there are certain people that I'll check in. I'll take my 5 minutes. I'll see you. You know, I'll listen to what you got to say, and it's usually short and sweet, and that's all we need to hear, right?
Yeah, I try and
And
keep it short because
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
most people's attention span is anyway.
Mm, lucky if it's 3 minutes.
Oh, dude, under a minute. I
Yeah,
always have to post under a minute.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like I feel like most people from what I've seen in like
mm,
my data analytics, it's a pretty short attention span. Like we're
yeah,
talking single digit seconds.
yeah. You got to grab them within the first 5 seconds. You know, 3 to 5 seconds, and
Yeah.
once you
It's
have them,
which is crazy to think
it is. It is.
because
The brain is so complex.
yeah, 100%. And I just maybe it's because I grew up I used to listen to stand-up comedy a lot. My
Mm,
dad actually used to have CDs of stand-up
yeah,
comedy. And
yeah,
I used to take them and I remember I found George Carlin at like 11 years old, dude.
yeah.
And not to say that he's the most intellectual guy in the world, but he is a thinker. And
Oh,
he
he
was one of
is.
those comedians that would try and put a message in.
Yeah,
And he did have a message in a lot of his stuff. But it would take like, a few minutes to set up something. And you'd be sitting there going like, where's he going with this? Where's he go?
yeah,
Imagine
yeah,
if people today had to listen to something like that. They'd be
mm,
like, what? There's no way. They just click the next YouTube video.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love stand-up comedy.
Even
It's
just movies. Movies used to be like symbolic and metaphorical, and now
mhm,
like it's just well, I guess they still are, but it's in more discreet ways because they're just trying to brainwash and propagandize. But
yeah,
dude, movies used to be like imagine like Lord of the Rings or like any like they used to make pump out like 3-hour movies.
mm,
And they were like complex things where like the movie would end and you'd be sitting there thinking like, did that character survive or is that person gonna like what's going
yeah,
on here? What's the symbol of this? Like what's
yeah,
going on? And now it's kind of just like I don't know. It's not like that at all. Like it's almost as if I heard this thing where it's like almost as if like the movies like the producers, the people making them, they know that people are going to be like kind of looking at another screen while they watch the movie.
mm,
And so like the characters have to explain the plot more.
yeah,
Like you don't have to think while you watch it anymore. It's kind of
right.
like dumber television
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of movies coming out like that now. You know, the new Avatar. It's like, do I want to see that one? The first two were great. Now the next one's is fire. I think I'm done with that really because it's just I see where they're going with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do like I love good movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the longer the better. You know,
There is something behind it because I have my countertop guy that does all of our stonework and stuff.
right?
He was telling me the last time I saw him that he goes to a movie every Thursday with his wife.
Oh, cool.
Every single Thursday, they
Date
go
night.
and see a movie.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like I was like, "What do you see in this time?" He's like, "Wicked 2." And
Oh yeah.
like, and it's like definitely I wouldn't choose to go and watch that, but he says, "No,
No.
we every Thursday, that's what we do. We go and watch a movie.
Well,
Sometimes they're gonna be shitty movies,
mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's gonna
Have
be
you
good."
seen have you seen the series Stranger Things?
No, I haven't. I
That's a trip.
haven't.
That's a trip.
I heard it's based on a real thing.
Yeah, and they're calling it like the best series on Netflix this year. But
Crazy.
yeah, my
Is it that
son's
good?
it's very good. I've watched all 5 seasons to date,
Shit.
and a few of them are like an hour and 40 minutes long, one series.
One episode.
Yeah, so we're going. There's the movies coming out in the new year, and my sons Jericho and Nico they got tickets, and I'm going to go with them. The three of us are going to go to see this
Whoa.
movie, and then they're releasing on Christmas Day the last 3 or 4 episodes, ending the season or ending the whole series. It's
Whoa.
it's quite a trip. Yeah, it was fun. I originally watched it and I started to watch and I was going, I don't know if I can get into this because it starts off as they're kids and by the time season 5 they're adults, like the 3 years between series and stuff. So they're
But the
growing and
same
evolving.
actors?
Same actors, yeah, it's really
Nice.
good. And there's this facility in uh, these doctors, this facility with these special human beings that have these certain powers. And I'll say no more.
Yeah, yeah,
But
don't
it's a
ruin it
it's a
because I'll
really good
probably end up watching it.
yeah.
Teddy's watching it right now, I think.
Oh yeah,
And
it's a really good series.
I always yeah, I'm a nerd. I just watch a lot of anime, honestly, and then I get in on those because it's something that well, I guess those episodes would work well too. The reason I
Hmm.
like anime is the only time I watch things is when I work out, and anime episodes are like 25 minutes.
Okay.
So I could watch like two of them and get like a 45, 50 minute workout in,
Oh
and that
cool.
works perfectly for me.
Hmm.
And so I just blast through shows, dude. But I guess like what's the regular episode of that? 45 minutes? 50 minutes? So that would
Yeah,
work.
yeah, about 45 minutes.
Yeah, I
It's
could crush
only
an
there's
episode a day.
probably only 3 or maybe 3 episodes in the later seasons, like season 4.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple episodes that are an hour and 40 minutes, an hour and a half. But most of them are about 40, 50 minutes.
And it's solid. Hey, yeah,
Oh yeah.
I saw a thing recently where it was like, yeah, it's actually based on a real thing. And
Yeah.
again, my I have a conspiracy theorist algorithm, so that's you can take that with a grain of salt. But
Yeah. I'm not well, they may say it's a real thing, but there's
I don't know anything about it, so don't ruin it because I'm gonna
yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh, hold up. Oh, I got mute right on time.
Right on.
Ah,
Yeah, I got it. If I
big sneeze. Sorry, I can't hear you anymore. What happened?
I was just checking to see if my mute button works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. So it's weird. I've got my headphones plugged into the Yeti and the Yeti's plugged into my computer. So I guess that's how I got to do it.
Yeah,
But
I'm the opposite.
yeah,
I got when I record on a computer like this, as
right.
opposed to like recording like separately when I'm in person.
Hmm,
I gotta actually plug my headphones into my computer and then my mic separately.
right.
But yeah,
Hmm.
it's dude, I'm gonna check out Stranger Things. Is there any other shows that ever like blew your mind or like changed your? Do you have any movies? Any old school movies?
Let me think.
Anything like that? My favorite movies were always I found The Matrix when I was a kid home from school. I took that from my dad's DVDs
Yeah, those are good movies.
and I liked I really only remember really well the first one. The first one I loved. I watched it a lot.
Hmm.
Fight Club, um V for the
Yeah,
Vendetta. Do you
yeah,
remember that movie?
yeah.
Dude, I had my next door neighbors when I was a kid had the comic books
Hmm.
and That show was that movie was crazy. If you try and explain it to people now, they just get mad because they
Yeah.
instantly think that you're talking about like what happened recently.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
funny, man. I tried explaining it to a customer of mine,
Hmm.
and she was just not having it. I was like, "Well, dude, if you heard about this movie a decade ago, you would have loved it."
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some good movies that I've seen, but I just can't recall anything right now.
Yeah,
You know, the flawed memory thing.
the flood memory.
No, the flawed
Oh, flawed memory.
memory thing.
I
Yeah.
thought flood memory. I thought
Yeah.
just because there was floods around you, you just
Right.
got a cloudy memory now.
Oh yeah, lots of flooding. Uh, I guess there's more rain coming tomorrow and Monday, Tuesday. So I'm just gonna stay home and just, hang out with the wife, do maybe some house stuff, but I'll be reading a lot.
You got food? You got to fill your freezer
Oh,
up,
I
or
got three freezers here, three fridges full of food.
okay, good man.
So if you get hungry,
Come over. Yeah, I'll come.
yeah, yeah, I could feed an army here.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I was gonna say that's like the biggest thing. I guess I was talking about that with someone yesterday. Like if you lived, I have a buddy that used to live on the top of the hill in Chilliwack,
Mm,
and he's like, "Oh, his house wouldn't be underwater." I'm like, "Yeah, but you can't fucking go anywhere."
that's right.
So it's not like it's like it definitely is better than your house flooding, but you're
Yeah.
still stuck on a hill.
Yeah, my son and his wife, my oldest son, Dominic, he's got a beautiful house at the top of Chilliwack Mountain, the very last house up there.
Nice.
Phenomenal view of the whole valley. And it's just a beautiful spot. We'll go in there for Christmas,
Nice.
big Christmas dinner. Yeah. But that's true. You get in these high places and you can't go down because there's blockages down the road.
Yeah,
But
exactly. But as
yeah.
long as you got a full freezer, that's the
Oh,
biggest
yeah.
thing.
And the grocery store's not far from here, too. So we can get through town, no problem. It's just getting
Out of
back.
town.
Yeah, I can get out, no problem. It's coming back. The lineups are just,
Oh, because the exit's on the other
yeah,
side?
car lineups I can tolerate because I can listen to the podcast, but standing lineups, I won't stand in a lineup. I'll walk away. My wife, she's funny. Well, we got to stand this line. I said, no, I'm not. If you want to stand, you go ahead. Just I got my phone. Let
Like
me know when.
restaurants that have lineups outside the
I
door?
won't. Yeah, I won't go.
Yeah.
Lineups at the bank. I'll come back later.
Yeah.
Can I do this banking online? Yeah, I can. So see ya. I'll leave. I just don't like lineups. And the people in line, they just talk about stupid things, and I can't relate to most of those people.
Yeah. But it is always a good, I always think of it as an opportunity to meditate.
Yeah,
I always, and one
yeah,
thing I
exactly.
always do is I love doing this, dude. This is my ego talking here. But I love being, there's something about being out in public when you're just either maybe sitting in a doctor's office and there's other
Yeah,
people and there's like six people on your phones and you're just
yeah,
sitting there and you don't have your phone out and you're just looking around. You're like,
yeah,
this is so much better. In the
yeah,
real world, you
yeah,
guys are all in a fake matrix, talking about the
yeah.
world matrix.
Exactly.
But I always, and then you make eye contact with like
Mm,
kind of like, I always find like it's always somebody that's like 20 years older than me. I
right.
just like make eye contact with them and I'm like, yeah, you are real. You're a real person.
Yeah,
These fucking people.
yeah,
I always love that, dude. Not being on your phone in public is the biggest flex, I feel like.
yeah. When I am on, like, if I'm sitting at the doctor's office, I'm currently, and I told you, I think I explained this before, that I'm currently studying the Sikh Bible. Someone, a friend of mine owns a restaurant here in Chilliwack, and he introduced me to the Sikh Bible. And man, there's some powerful stuff in there. And it all relates to the guru within, connecting with the great father. So it speaks some serious truth, and it explains in there that God is right here in the mind, and we express through the heart. You know, it's saying all the right things. And so when I'm in lineups, there's like 25 2,450 pages. I'm only like 350 pages in. and I've been reading this for a couple of months now, you know. But the reason why I'm reading is because I love reading holy books. So when I'm in lineups, that's usually what I'm doing is I'm reading that on my phone. I downloaded the my wife's my wife. I'm doing a book signing today in Agassiz, just off on a
Nice.
different track. So my wife's over there, um, working that with my buddy Frank, who you'll see soon to do a podcast with, and she brought these big knitted bags that she makes.
Hmm.
They're really nice bags. She just texted me, said, "I just sold 2 bags."
Nice.
I said, "Hey, any books go yet?" So yeah, we're doing a Christmas market here in Agassiz.
Nice. What time you heading down there?
Whenever.
Yeah.
Told her I'd be down there after I have a little bite to eat after this. And
Yeah. Do you want to wrap things up here? Do you have anything else you want to chat about?
uh, no, just maybe share a link as to how people can get my book. Um,
Oh, 100%. Did I do that last time? I'm pretty sure I did
no,
last time. No?
no, I don't recall.
Okay,
But
okay.
uh, but yeah, if anyone's listening, you can find my book on Amazon under Your Mind or Your Life book. It's got the butterfly in the front, blue cover. Or you could go straight to my webpage, which is yourmindoryourlife.com.
I think I might have just linked your webpage last time, but
Yeah.
I'll put a direct link. I'll go back and change the other one. I'm just trying to look at, because I have it here.
Do you have the
But,
yourmindoryourlife.com? That's a
let's,
good link because it leads you right to Amazon.
yeah, I think I did put that one.
Cool.
I'm just gonna search it up really quick in my computer. But yeah, I'll put a direct link for your book as well in the
Okay.
description.
Sounds good.
And yeah, that's pretty much it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna grab a bite to eat as well. I'm kind of
Yeah.
starving here, but
Yeah. Well, it's good talking to you again.
likewise, man. Thank you very much for your
Uh,
time, and thanks for helping. Thanks for your patience figuring out this whole Zoom thing with us in the beginning.
Likewise.
And yeah, thanks again, man. I'm looking forward to the next time we get to chat.
For sure. Yeah.
All
Next
right.
time we'll pick some topics that we can sit and talk about and
Oh yeah, dude.
maybe I'll come out.
I'm such a scatterbrain, dude. I'm sorry about that. I'm
Oh
all
no,
over the
that's
place.
that's all good. That's all good. This is all new to me too, and I want to learn. I'm in the learning process, just like you.
Yeah, dude.
But
That's
yeah, no, I look forward to these, and I'm sure you'll like my buddy Frank as well. He's
yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to him, and thanks a lot for that connection, man. And
no problem.
yeah, enjoy. Good luck at the book signing today, and enjoy that, dude. That's really sick that you and your wife get to do those things together, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing in the future for retirement. We're going to set up tables and hit as many markets as we can, and then she'll have her crafts on one side, and I'll have my book on the other. Getting a big canopy made 10 by 10 with my logo on all 4 sides of the canopy. It'll
That's
be the
fucking sweet,
Yeah,
dude.
be the color of the book and the whole bit. And
And
yeah,
just hit
maybe
markets around the province,
yeah, all over the province. Her
and
and
then
I
you just
together.
get to go to the market and hang out. You're like, yo,
Yeah,
back in five. You
yeah,
just put a back in five sign and just
yeah,
go for a walk.
exactly. Well, I got a special relationship with my wife. She's really awesome, cool lady. Yeah, you'd love her.
Yeah.
Say hi to yours, and yeah, let's
You
do
as
this
well,
again.
man. Merry Christmas if
Okay,
I don't
brother.
talk
Merry
to you
Christmas to
before
you as
then,
well.
but I'm sure I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much, man.
Okay, man. Take care.
You as well.
Cheers.
Peace.